Okay. Can I get everyone's attention, please? Can I get everyone's attention? Can I have everyone's attention? Ah, yeah. Now, I have everyone's attention.
Why me, man? Why me?
Oh. I'm gonna be your teacher today, Mr. Dookie. We're gonna go over chemistry. Does anyone read the chapter last night? Anyone read the chapter last night? No? Okay, alright, cool. No. You, right there. Looking right at you. Yeah. No, the one I'm looking at. Yeah. Now, listen here. On Chemistry 101. Chemistry 101. I'm your teacher, and I'm here to teach you. Now that I have your attention, take a look at the board over here.
I decided to break this chapter into two separate parts. Part 1. We'll discuss what matter is, how matter combines, and chemical reactions. Matter is pretty much everything, unless that thing is nothing. Anything that takes up space and has mass is considered matter, and has three states: solid, liquid, and gas. All matter is made of elements, and all elements are made of atoms. Elements are substances that cannot be broken down further by ordinary methods. Atoms are defined by three components: protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons define the element, and electrons define the atom's binding potential. Each atom has to abide by the rule of octets, which states that shell 1, the shell immediately surrounding the nucleus, accommodates only 2 electrons. Shell 2 holds a maximum of 8, and shell 3 has room for 18, and so on. Atoms are electrically neutral. However, a chemical bond is an energy relation between electrons of the reacting atoms. Atoms are building blocks, and when more than one atom is bonded together, they form molecules. Molecules are groups of atoms bonded together and are the smallest component of a chemical compound. There are three major types of chemical bonds: ionic, covalent, and hydrogen bonds, all resulting from attractive forces between atoms. An ionic bond is formed by the transfer of one or more electrons from one atom to the other. The atom that is usually neutral becomes an ion. Ions are formed when the balance of positive and negative charges is lost, resulting in a charged particle. During an ionic bond, the atom that steals the electrons from the other atom is called an anion and has a negative charge. The atom that loses its electron acquires a positive charge and is called a cation. When two atoms share electrons, they form a covalent bond. They are the strongest bond. Nonpolar covalent bonds involve equal sharing of electrons and form symmetrical molecules. Polar covalent bonds involve unequal sharing of electrons and form non-symmetrical molecules. Hydrogen bonds are actually between molecules, not atoms, and are the weakest of the chemical bonds. It's a bridge between hydrogen atoms that are already covalently bonded with a previous compound. In Part 2 of Chapter 2, I will give basic definitions of chemical reactions. I will also explain inorganic compounds and organic compounds. A chemical equation is a statement containing information about reactants being put together, and the product of the equation is the composition or results. Metabolism is basically the result of all the chemical reactions in the body. Most chemical reactions exhibit one of these recognizable patterns. Synthesis is a combination reaction. Decomposition is reverse synthesis. Exchange is a displacement reaction. Energy can flow one of two ways in a chemical reaction. Inorganic versus organic. All chemicals in the body fall under one of these two classes. Organic compounds contain carbon and are covalently bonded and are usually large. All other chemicals in the body are considered inorganic. These include water, salts, and many acids and bases. Water is the most essential inorganic compound. It is a great universal solvent. It helps during chemical reactions and has a high heat capacity. It also provides cushion for many things. Other inorganic compounds that are important to know are salts, acids, and bases. Salts, like sodium and potassium, are common in the body and are essential to nerve impulses. Calcium phosphates make bones and teeth hard. Acids have a sour taste and can dissolve many metals. They are found in the stomach and help us digest food. Bases have a bitter taste. Certain bases can be found in the blood and are common waste products of protein broken down in the body. Bases have a pH balance that is greater than 7. pH scale runs from 0 to 14, with 7 being neutral. It measures the concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. The body needs buffers to protect us from changes in the pH of the environment. Kidneys, lungs, and other chemical systems actually help balance our acid-base balance and assist us in our homeostasis. There are 4 major organic compounds. As a side note, dehydration synthesis is a process that joins two molecules together by removing a molecule of water, and hydrolysis is a process that separates or breaks two molecules by adding a molecule of water. Carbohydrates. They provide ready fuel to run your body. The group includes sugars and starches. They are classified by the size and solubility: monosaccharide, 1 sugar; disaccharide, 2 sugars; polysaccharide, many sugars. The larger the carbohydrate molecule, the less soluble in water. Lipids store energy and are held together with polar covalent bonds. They don't dissolve in water. Lipids include triglycerides, neutral fats, composed of fatty acids and glycerol, phospholipids, like cell membranes, steroids, like sex hormones help to stabilize cell membranes, and other lipoid substances that help blood clot and inflammation regulation. Proteins are long chains of amino acids joined together by dehydration synthesis. They have 4 levels of structure. Primary structure. The sequence of amino acids form a polypeptide chain. Secondary structure. The primary chain forms spirals, an alpha helix, beta sheets. Tertiary structure. Secondary structures are folded up to form a compact globular molecule that is held together by intramolecular bonds. Quaternary structure. 2 or more polypeptide chains, each with its own tertiary structure, combine to form a functional protein. Nucleic acids have 2 main classes, DNA and RNA. The structural units of nucleic acids, called nucleotides, have 5 major varieties of nitrogen-containing bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil, all represented first letter of each word as an acronym.
That guy, He's good. Can I have $1? Well, I'm just a pickle on the highway right now. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I am confused. How do you find the atomic number? Can you explain the electrons a little more? What kind of salts? Who? Who am I talking to? What about that other stuff? I have a question.